It's insane. You are a genius already. You're perfect already. I became passionate about this because I lived the opposite of this. For 5 years, I battled severely with anorexia. And my battle with anorexia taught me a lot about humans. Because at the time, I had these belief systems, which we all have, that would have come up for you when you were being acknowledged, most likely. When someone says something like you're beautiful, and that voice in your mind says you're just saying that. Well, that's not true. Well, you don't really know me. The critic. That was the voice that dominated my life for many, many, many years. And I wasn't able to be present. Because how could I be present when I was being violently attacked in every single moment, so I would disassociate? And that's how I lived my life. Literally for periods of my life I can't remember. I don't have memory. Probably because I was very hungry, but also because I couldn't be present with what was actually there. And at the time, I would think to myself, the beliefs I had were, no one is intervening because I'm just not worthy of that. No one cares about me, I'm invisible, no one can see me, or no one cares. As I started to recover, what I realized was something very different. People could see it, but they were so terrified of the vulnerability that I represented that by choosing to be with me in that meant they would have to be there in that within themselves. So people would do all kinds of crazy things to avoid it. But the unique thing about this experience that I went through is I witnessed firsthand that the people closest to me were actually prepared for me to die at the expense of being present. And this sounds like confronting, but guys, we do this to each other all the time. In my country, the leading cause of death in under 50s is suicide. There are wars happening in the world in every single moment that we feel nothing towards when we watch television. We've gotten so good at just distracting ourselves from the truth. And if that's not enough to inspire you, these profound changes that we can make on the world by activating ourselves and being here now and actually getting to the point where you're like, I am good enough, therefore I can, and I do, and I will make a difference on the planet. If that's not enough, just recognize that that macro situation is a reflection of your own inner self, inner world. If you feel nothing, or you choose to not look at someone because it's too confrontational for you, you're robbing yourself of knowing you. You will never be able to meet yourself until you're prepared to fully go there in yourself. And we can practice it the other way. Audiences sometimes ask me, how can you say, Nicole, to a bunch of strangers, I love you? But I do. I love every single one of you, deeply. All of your flaws, all of your imperfections, the acceptance that I have goes so deep because I'm committed to that. Because for me to be with you, even in the parts of you that make me uncomfortable or make me feel insecure or bring up things that I don't really want to look at, by stepping towards it rather than tapping out, I get to know my own humanity more. This changes the world. To me, this is what leadership is. Leaders that are truly able to go to those places that everyone else is scared to go to. The true hero's journey